Hi there, my name is Katelyn with FloState Yoga. I'm here to bring you a class called Tranquility. So come, bring your water, bring your mat, invite a friend, and make your space your own. So light a candle, light some incense, set your ambiance for you and only you. As always, with all of my classes, I have a Spotify playlist to go with them as well. So just scroll down the details, click the link, play it however loud as you want, just as long as you can hear me. And yeah, let's flow and glow, baby. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Press play on the first song. And once you press play, get all your devices out of the way. You don't need all that for the next hour. And find your comfy space. I'm sitting here in easy seated position, so Sukhasana. I'm sitting on my bolster, so feel free. And once you get to your comfy space, let's let the eyes close and take a big breath in through the belly, through the nose. And open mouth exhale just to settle into this space. Taking the hands, the palms kissing the tops of the thighs here, letting your thighs ground you down to the earth. And just start to invite small movement into the body just to loosen up from the day. Whether that's your neck, whether it's your spine, whether it's just sitting still. It's something that your body knows and only your body knows, so listen. Good, we'll come back into a nice stationary seat and find stillness. This is our first chance to find stillness in this practice today. This practice is called Tranquil Together. And tranquility just meaning calmness. So find this calm in your mind, in your breath. Let's check in with your breath first. How are you breathing? And is there anything that you can consciously do to settle and still your breath? Maybe it's starting to let the breath mindfully get longer and more extended. And as you breathe in, you feel the movement of the body, and as you exhale, you feel the settling of the mind. Good, now that we've settled the mind a little and maybe relaxed the breath, let's take it to grounding. So really focus on the tops of your thighs, turning from the insides out to just ground you to the ground, tucking your lower belly in and up, which is releasing the lower back, and then letting this nice warm glow just fill the body all the way from the earth to the crown of the head. And let this kind of go with your breath, right? So as you breathe in, you feel that glow move up and out of the crown. And as you exhale, feel yourself settle back into the earth. And keep this breath going. And maybe your breath is even getting longer and more relaxed at this point. With breathing being one of our most natural rhythms of the body, it's really important for us to do a nice check-in every once in a while. To find stillness in the brain and the body. And now just a few breaths later, let's do a nice check-in. So how are you breathing now? How are your thoughts now? Let's release from this stillness and find one hand on the lower belly and one hand on the heart center. And as we breathe, we'll breathe here 5 or 6 times. But breathe in through the belly and feel the chest rise all at the same time. And then feel your body release as you breathe out through the mouth. So we'll inhale through the nose into the belly, all the way to the depths in the earth. And exhale through the mouth. And just feel yourself get lighter each time. Breathe in. And starting to have just some compassion and some self-love here. Good. One more big breath. Make it the biggest breath you've taken all day. Breathe in. Feel free to make some noise on the exhale here. Ha. Beautiful. Let's release our hands down to the side. Feel free to open the eyes. I'm going to move my block from underneath me, but you can totally still sit there if you want. Gives a much more energetic balance here after you're off that pillow there. So once you get here, let's again invite small movements into the body. So first we'll start with the neck, and we'll send our right ear to the right shoulder. And once you get there, take a big breath in through this left side of the neck. And feel yourself release on the exhale. Good. Inhale yourself back to center and breathe out to the other side. Breathe in through the right side of the neck. And exhale. And inhale takes us back to center, and find one roll each side. So just take the right ear to right shoulder, roll to the front of the body. You don't want to take the neck backwards, but just send the chin towards the chest and feel really nice tingle all through the back of the neck as you roll all the way to the left side. Really just taking our time, finding this ease. And then to the other side. Good, and inhale, we'll send our necks back to center and wiggle the spine out. Just a second. Get it moving, get it moving. And then we'll start small spinal circles. So whatever way you're going is whatever way your body wants you to go, and that's okay. So just start these small spinal circles to where when you're forward, it's almost like doing a cat-cow with a spiral motion. And make them small at first, but then feel free to start exaggerating them as well. And then also, just really quick before we switch sides here, notice which side you're rotating to. So if you're rotating to the right side, you're into your divine masculine right now. And if you're rotating to the left, you're into your divine feminine. So let's switch that up to honor both sides of us. Go the other direction. And all of these movements are very nice with the eyes closed if you're comfortable. Really coming in tune with the body. Good, one more circle this way. And then we'll come back into center and start some movements with the shoulders here. Really pushing your palms into your knees as you roll up and back. from that, let's send the legs out long in front of us and shake them out. They've been bent for a while, yes. And we'll start off today with a nice forward fold. So breathe in together, send your arms out, circle your space, really inhale and reach to the sky. Maybe your eyes gaze as well. And exhale to forward fold. Maybe your hands meet your shins or your ankles or your toes, wherever they are is perfect. Maybe bow your head if that feels nice and feel that tingle move from the neck down the spine. And once you arrive, take a big breath in through the top of the back and open mouth exhale to release. Beautiful. Your next inhale will engage the core, send the body back up to seated. And however you got there, I'll meet you with our knees bent, pretty much tabletop position here. And once you get here to tabletop with your palms wide, lots of space between each finger and even the most space between your thumb and your pinky, and your tops of the feet should be kissing the earth here as well. Find your space while you're upright here, and in doing that, let's invite some movement into the body. So move however your body wants you to, just opening up these energy flows. Maybe it's in the hips, maybe it's in the spine, maybe it's just stationary in the neck, but find your flow and move like honey. Good, we'll release the movement, come back into our still tabletop. Find the earth being pushed away as you actively push it away. And then we'll take cat-cows. So inhale as the belly drops low, the hips go high, the chin goes high. And exhale as you reverse the movement, doming the top of the back, really pushing the earth away and tucking in your hips. 2 more times. Inhale, find a flow. And exhale. Good, one last time, breathe in. Really reach your belly down low. And exhale, really tuck your hips in and send your chin towards your chest. Your next breath in will take you back to your still tabletop. And we'll start today in child's pose. So sending your knees to the outsides of the mat and kissing your big toes together. Feet planted on the ground. Yes. Send your hips back towards your heels. Walk your arms out as far as you can. Meet your third eye to the earth. Breathe in deep. And breathe out. Two more breaths here. Take your time. Find stillness. On your next breath in, we'll send the body towards the left-hand side of the mat. So you'll take your left hand and put it just on the outside of the left side of the mat. And then the right arm, the right hand will just graciously touch the top of that hand. Send your head through your arms here, and it's just a nice side body stretch in child's pose. Breathe into the right ribs. Breathe out. One more breath here. And then breathe into the next side. So the right hand will fall slightly off the mat, and the left hand will touch the top of the right hand. Send your head through the middle of the arms and breathe in. And breathe out. One more breath. Come back to center slowly, graciously. And we'll go into puppy dog pose. So coming back up towards tabletop, sending your knees back to be underneath the hips here. You don't want them too wide for this posture. Walk your hands out far to where your hips are not over your knees. They're slightly forward. And then we'll just bend like child's pose, right? But since your body's so far away from each other, your hips aren't gonna go all the way towards your heels. Your hips are actually gonna go up and back. Your forehead will be placed on the mat here, but this is really just a nice stretch for the lower back, for your heart space, just sinking towards the ground. Just a few breaths here. Again, find your chill zone. Where is that for you? Because we're going to keep coming back here over and over again this evening. So get comfy in that space. Good, your next breath in, we'll send this back towards tabletop. So just walk your hands back up underneath the shoulders. Yes. And then we're gonna swivel the hips around. So first we're gonna go to the right side and swivel them all the way around, almost into child's pose, but then we're gonna pop back up to where the hips are to the left side. And then go forward almost into upward facing dog. And then back around. So really just making huge circles with the hips, finding this calmness in the brain while we do it. Maybe your breath goes with it. So inhale as the body goes forward, and exhale as you send the hips backwards. Really find this open space in the outsides of the hips here. We don't get to stretch that muscle very often. Almost primal, Animalia-like. Good, let's switch up the direction. So now go to the right side, or whatever way you were going. Beautiful. Let's come back, meet into child's pose once more, but this time it's going to be different. So let's knit your knees together to where your knees are touching and your big toes are touching. Yes, good. Send the body back towards the heels, and maybe your arms go back and clasp behind the back and just hang right there, resting on your lower back here. Forehead rests to the earth. Once you find this place, take a big breath in and melt a little more. This is a wonderful posture just to feel the resistance of your own breath, to feel your body rise and fall. But with this resistance, you find this flow of calm. If your hands are clasped behind the back, we'll release them back down to the mat. Palms graciously kissing the earth here. Rise up into tabletop very slowly. Tucking your back toes under and lifting up into our first downward facing dog. And now don't go there all crazy fast like. Bend your knees and slowly lift using all the core muscles you've got here. And keep your knees really bent in this posture first. And again, once you find this place, take a big breath in. And your exhale will start to melt the heels down one by one, just very softly, very gently. Bending one knee and then the other. And keep the bending of the knees going as we now move the neck. So shake the head, yes, this feels nice. Now meet you in a forward fold at the top of the mat. So slowly with yourself, just take little baby steps all the way there. And maybe your knees are still very bent here. Whatever feels best for your body. That'll let you know if you're doing too much. And again, once you find your forward fold here, let's shake the head. Yes, this feels nice. Good, and inhale will take us to halfway lift. The hands meet the knees or the shins here. The spine goes long and flat, neck goes long. And exhale back into your forward fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Engage your core as we rise all the way to standing. Slowly roll if that's your choice. And as you get to standing, we'll take the shoulders up and down the back. The palms are shining forward. Your chest is nice and open. Once you find this place, let's take a big breath in through the belly. Open mouth, exhale. Beautiful. Arms up. Breathe in. Circle your space and reach. Exhale, hands through heart center to fold. Being mindful of all of these movements. Your fingertips may touch the ground as your right foot goes back into a high lunge. So the ball of your right foot should be on the ground. You don't want any heel action there, just the top of the foot. Yes, beautiful. Engage your front leg as you find stability and you're rooted here, right? So inhale as you rise up. Arms overhead like you're holding something heavy. Center your weight here. Shift your right hip forward and your left hip back. And we're not going to do much moving in these postures because tonight is about finding stillness. And if the stillness is in the body, then the stillness can be in the mind too. One more breath here. And on your exhale, we'll shift to warrior two. So just pivoting on the ball of the back foot here. So now that foot is pointing directly towards the side of the mat and your front leg is bent with that foot pointing towards the front of the mat. Arms are out wide, your gaze is over your front arm. And now let's be gracious with ourselves as we turn our palms upwards and face our gaze to the fronts of the bodies here. Like again, we're holding something nice and pretty for ourselves. Inhale through this chest space. And exhale to settle into the mind. One more breath. And on your exhale, we'll send both feet to face the side of the mat here for a forward fold. Prep yourself for your forward fold first. Maybe you need to move your hips a little, make them a little bit more open here. We'll breathe in, circle your space and reach. And exhale, forward fold. Maybe your knees need to be bent in this posture as well. We'll breathe in to halfway lift, push the earth away with your fingertips, and exhale, fold. Taking your hands to meet your hips, engage your core, and gently pull the body back up to standing. Good. Warrior two, other side. So just take the right foot, face it towards the back of the mat, and your arms out wide. Firstly, the gaze is over the front arm, and then if you'd like to give a little love to yourself for receiving energy, open the palms, open the chest, and send your gaze forward in front of the body. Breathe in, and breathe out. One more breath. And then coming back into our high lunge side two, pivot on the back leg as you rise to face the body towards the back of the mat. Front leg is bent and you're hanging on the ball of the back foot. Shifting the right hip back and the left hip forward. And finding your stillness. Breathe in through the belly and out through the mind. Good, one more breath. And exhale to plant the hands, framing the foot here. Yes. Take both feet back to downward facing dog. And walk your dog slightly here if that's what feels nice. Just one heel down, bending one knee, and finding breath. Good, let's find stillness in this posture now and hang the head and say no with the neck, no more tension. Beautiful, on an inhale we'll come forward into plank posture. If plank posture feels great for you, up on the toes and up on the palms like this, great, I'll meet you there. If it's too much for you tonight, that's totally fine. We'll drop the knees and do plank posture this way. Wherever you are, find your stillness and hold. Stoke the fire in the belly that's happening, that's natural. And use your breath as a tool to calm the mind. You can do this. Two more breaths, we've got this. And feeling this fire go from the belly all the way to the crown of the head. Beautiful. On your exhale, let's lower down, knees first, then the chest, and then lift up into upward facing dog. Oh yes. Exhale to send the hips back into crocodile pose. Here we go. So now that we've stoked some fire, let's see how fast we can find our calm. So crocodile pose is literally just laying the front body all the way to the ground. First off, our toes will be pointed outwards as our heels are pointed in. So find this nice inner stretch through the arch of the foot all the way to the inner hip. And then laying the head onto the ground. Maybe your hands are a pillow for you here. Whichever way feels nice for you. And once you find the space, take a big breath in. And exhale to connect with earth. And feel your own heart beating against the earth. And just find where your chill zone is. See how fast you can get there. Good, let's lift the head up. Send the feet the other direction. So now face the toes inwards and the heels outwards to find this nice stretch in the outer leg. And then whatever hand was on top last, let's switch that up. And then whatever direction your head was facing, let's switch that up. And big breath in. And release. And we're preparing to release this posture, sending your hands underneath the shoulders here. Activate your core as you tuck your toes and push yourself back up into a tabletop position. Let's break dance our legs to be out long in front of us. Shake them out if you need to. Breathe in, we'll circle our space, reach to the sky, and breathe out as we forward fold. 2 breaths here. Good, inhale, the body comes back up. And we'll head into Malasana. If you know where that is, get there yourself, but I'll lead you into that. So I like to just take my feet to the outsides of the mat here and pop myself up into a yogi squat. So here's side view. And then I will face you. Here is front view. So your feet are slightly pointed outwards, your heels are in, your toes are out. You feel this resistance of your elbows against the knees, and then you also feel this beautiful resistance of everything coming together between the hands. If it feels nice to close the eyes, we'll be here for a few breaths, so feel free. Feeling the calmness come into the body. A nice tip here is to relax the lower back as you tuck the lower belly in and up, and engaging the pelvic floor here. Just doing that nice little shift here settles you down into this space. Beautiful, one more breath. And an exhale will send us our fingers to the mat here as we use our arm strength to rise up into a forward fold. So your heels will pivot. Maybe you need to reposition your feet here, but wherever you are is great. You'll know how to get here. Find your wide-legged forward fold. Take a big inhale breath. And exhale. Shifting your weight to the balls of your foot, taking the weight off of your heels and feeling the difference in this just slight energetic difference. One more breath in. And an exhale will settle us down to the right. Walk your hands over to the right foot. Bend the right knee. Flex the left foot as you lower down, straightening out that left leg, finding a beautiful stretch onto the inner leg here. Again, right through the arch of the foot, all the way into the inner thigh. On your next inhale breath, pushing up with your arms all the way to the next side, and you exhale down into this pose. One more time each side. Breathe in, walk over to the right. Exhale, release into the pose. Really finding the ease in this posture. Letting your skeleton kind of do the work. Good. Walking over to the left on an inhale. And breathe out to settle in. And we'll meet back into a forward fold. So breathe in, engage the core, engage your bandha in the pelvic floor here. Coming back into your nice forward fold. I love this posture. Such a great place to be for relaxing, releasing, surrendering, and stretching, really. We'll take our hands to our hips and inhale our bodies all the way up. Slightly bend the knees to get you there. Good. Let's hug ourselves. Take a big hug. Wrap your arms around your shoulders. Your elbows are stacked on top of each other. Your feet are out wide. Let's take our toes to point outwards and our heels to point inwards. And we'll first find our goddess pose. So we'll inhale, arch the back just slightly, and exhale to sink down into this goddess pose. Just bending the knees, a bigger yogi squat, if you will. Starting to feel that fire being stoked. Tucking the pelvis in and up, so we don't want any butt sticking out like this. You want to tuck your pelvis in and up to find this nice flat back, if you will. Yes, beautiful. Invite the warmth, invite the fire. Breathe in as we rise, and we'll take some circles. So first to the right, one to the right, and then to the left. So as you breathe in, you'll rise the body, send the elbows high. Exhale as we sink down and fold all the way over to the right, and then the neck falls to the center. And then inhale to bring the body back up. Yes, full body stretch here in the back. And then exhale, send it to the left. Breathe in, go to the right. Let's do that one more time. This feels great. Let's switch the arms around though. So bring the arms out wide. And then whatever arm is on top is now on the bottom. Beautiful. Let's go to the left this time. We're honoring cycles when we do this. So exhale, bend the knees, really let the neck go. Inhale to the right side, come back up, and then to the other side we go. Good. Release the arms out wide, taking the feet to face forward, to face straight again into star pose, and just take up some space here, tucking your pelvis in and up once more to get a nice flat body, nice window pane here. And just taking up space. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll pivot both feet to the front of the mat, and I'll meet you there. Yes. Inhale the arms, circle your space all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands to knees. Exhale, plant the hands, walk or step or jump back. I mean, we're trying to stay calm here, so let's just baby step. All the way back to downward facing dog. Find 2 breaths here, find stillness once more. On your next inhale, we'll move forward to plank posture. Exhale, lower the knees, lower the chest, keeping the elbows knitted to the ribs. Breathe in, upward facing dog, yes. Exhale, child's pose. So take your knees to the outsides of the mat, toes kissing together. Send your hips and your torso backwards, yes. Forehead kisses the earth. Breathe in. Breathe out. And find your chill zone in the brain, closing the eyes, letting the jaw soften. Just a few more breaths here. With each exhale, try to find some tension that you can help out. What can you do to release something? And once you find that release, you'll know that you found it. We'll prepare to release this posture, just being very gentle with the body here as we move out. Walking the hands back towards the body. Sending your knees back in towards each other, finding a little space between the legs here though. And then as we inhale, we'll rise up onto our knees. It's our peak posture for this evening, camel pose. So get a nice little intro into it and then go full into it. If you'd like to go full into camel posture, please do, but I like to prep for this. So this is a pose where we do tuck our toes underneath the heels. Tucking your toes underneath the heels. And first off, we're gonna do a nice foot stretch. So really tuck your toes under. If you need to use your hands to help that along, please feel free. And what this posture will do is really stretch the bottoms of the feet. It's kind of an intense posture. So first we'll breathe in and exhale to sit back down onto the knees and really just feel like you're rooted from the pinky toe. And just find that opening, that energy, information being sent in through the bottom of the feet. Breathe. Two more breaths here. If you need to release this posture at any time, please feel free. Beautiful. On your next inhale breath, we'll take it and rise. Let's stretch out the feet, kissing the bottoms of the feet, maybe tapping them out a little bit just to release that. Oh yes. I told you it's kind of intense, right? And now take your toes, bend them back under again. Good. First, we're gonna find our root in the earth. So our root should be from our toes and our knees. Then take your hips and push them forward. So tucking the pelvis in and up versus this. We're going to tuck the pelvis in and up once more and find that nice activation through the front of the thighs here. Now take your shoulders up and roll them back and down the back and really just open up your heart space here. Engaging your core, finding that fire once more. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. And exhale. Okay, our breath in sends us back towards center. Just rise the body back up. Yes, beautiful. Inhale the arms, circle your space. And exhale to cactus, maybe lion's breath if you feel like it. Sticking the tongue out. And find a flow here. So inhale as the body comes back to a center point, and exhale to lion's breath. Breathe in once more. Exhale, lion's breath. Beautiful. Breathe in, arms up, and clasp the arms behind your back, maybe making a Kali mudra here. So clasping the fingers, everything but your pointer finger here, very powerful mudra. And as you inhale, really just feel that your whole heart space is supported by the lower body. I guess that's kind of the only way I can explain it here. So engage the lower body, engage the glutes, engage the thighs. Breathe in and really just let the heart space relax over everything. Again, invite that fire in and stoke it around. Your next breath in sends us back to center. And if you'd like now to take full camel's pose, please do. Whew. Hands will kiss the lower back. Send your elbows energetically backwards. Yes. Breathe in as you arch the back, send the chin high. Maybe your neck falls all the way down. And just feel that information from the earth come all the way up the front of the body, into the hip joints, into the chest. And find stillness in this posture. Oh yes, an inhale sends us back to center. Maybe wiggle the hips around if you feel like it. Untuck the toes. One more child's pose, but this time we'll knit the legs together. So knees are together, just like where we were at the beginning here. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Slide the hands out in front of you if you feel like it. Or if it's nice, you can clasp the hands behind your back and let the shoulders melt. Third eye goes towards the earth. Once you find this space, breathe in and still. If your hands are clasped behind the back, we'll release them back to the mat. Walking the body up, back into a tabletop position, lifting the hips back up, sending the palms towards the earth. And now for full child's pose, sending your knees to the outsides of the mat, big toes together. Exhale as you send the body back and down, melting the torso between the legs. And finding this space, take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Feel free to make noise. 2 breaths. Lifting the head up just to see what's going on here. Walking, just doing, right, we're right back where we were at the beginning, right? So walking the right hand over to the right side of the mat, left hand kisses the top of the right, and release down into the middle of the arms. Breathe into the left side ribs, and breathe out. An inhale sends us back towards center to the other side. Left arm goes out. Right arm kisses the top of the left. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Come back to center. Lift up into your tabletop, fixing your knees here. And we'll meet with our butts on the ground. So however you get there, I'm just gonna bloop. Oh yes. We've done a lot of work with the feet tonight, so let's focus on them for a little bit. Let's give them some love. So just sitting up straight, a nice long spine, nice tall neck. Just point one foot and then the other. Saying hello to our ankle joints and our little toes. And feeling how your whole leg activates when you do one movement over the other. Good, and we'll start to just make a little circles with our feet. You may hear some snaps, crackles, and pops, that's okay. Good, we'll release the movement, find our stillness. Inhale, circle your space, reach to the sky, gaze goes upwards. Exhale as you fold, hinge at the hips. Find a big, huge inhale through the back body. Even bigger exhale. Bowing the head. Finding your chill, finding your still. And we'll slowly release this posture. Now it's time to grab your pillow, or pillows, or block, or big rolled up blanket, whatever is for you. We're gonna do a nice supported bridge. So I'm taking this pillow right beneath your hips here. We'll bend the knees first. Or actually, no, remove the pillow, my bad. Remove the pillow, lay back down with the knees bent. Back towards the mat, really get nice and comfy here for just 1 second. Have that pillow handy right next to where your hands can grab it. On an inhale breath, we'll engage the core, use that fire that we've created today, engage the core. Slide the pillow in underneath the butt, underneath your lower hips. You don't want it beneath your spine. Really, it's really your hips, because you want your hips higher than your heart space. That's the point of this posture here. And once you find that, you can just let your hips relax down. And I like to put the back of my palms onto the earth here to nice open, receive energy. But if you're feeling not that way today, you can just send the palms to kiss the earth and get you nice and grounded. Either way, we'll sit here for a few breaths. Another thing you can do here is walk your shoulder blades underneath the body to give you a little more space to breathe in the neck. Once you find this place, take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Good. One more breath in this posture as we try to start to release it. Breathe in. And on an exhale, we'll remove your block or bolster, whatever that is underneath you. Slowly roll your spine down to the ground. Take a breath in just to reset. And exhale. Now slowly sit up. We're going to change the posture just a little bit to supported fish. So now the pillow is not under your hips. The pillow will be under the top of the body, so opening the heart space. And for this one, you can lay the pillow down first. So as you bend your knees first, you can bend your knees, that's totally fine. For this posture, you can also be in Supta Baddha Konasana with your legs butterflied out, or you can even have them out long, whatever suits you. We're only going to be in this pose for a few breaths, so slowly release down onto your pillows, opening up your heart space. Maybe your chin falls a little high. And again, your palms can be face up or face down. Just really spend the time to feel the rise and the fall of your breath. And then coming back to this nice stillness, this calm, this tranquility that's in our mind always. It's up to us, and we have total control to be able to go there and find that space. And it's also up to us to be able to stay there. Now this is our Shavasana song, so if I lose you here in this pose, this is a wonderful place to be for Shavasana. And if you'd like to go straight into your Shavasana, I will guide you in just a few breaths here. If you'd like to move into corpse pose, we can fold the legs in wherever they are, get them nice and stable for the body to rise up, just to remove the pillow for 1 second. And slowly lower back down to the ground, keeping that calm in the mind. You don't need to still the body too much. Walking the shoulder blades again underneath the body. The palms are either lying flat on the ground or face up, your choice. Once you find this place, take a big breath in through the belly. Feel yourself rise off the earth. And exhale to flow back down. Now is your time to just be. So take advantage. I promise I'll wake you up at the end. A big breath in takes us back from the mind space back to the body. And an exhale floods the body with movement. So moving your fingers, moving your toes. Maybe your head goes back and forth, your skull onto the earth. And bending your knees into your chest, softly, slowly. Giving yourself a nice big hug, and maybe you roll a little, giving yourself a nice little massage. Until it feels right, roll to whatever side feels comfy for fetal position. Using your arm, the bottom arm as a pillow. And once you get here, take a big breath in and exhale, feeling the earth beneath you. She's always there for support. Mother Earth is holding you up. And together we'll push up with the top arm, keeping the eyes low and the mind settled to a seated position. Doing one last check-in just before we go. How are you breathing? And how are your thoughts? It's just a mental check-in for yourself. I hope you're able to find some calmness, some peace, and some tranquility with me this evening. We'll end our class with one last breath together. Just breathe in, circle your space, really reach. Biggest breath you've taken all day. And exhale, hands through heart center. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. I hope you had a wonderful time, and I will be here next week.